Hello everybody, I'm Amber, welcome to my channel. Today I am sitting down with you and I am talking about my 30-week pregnancy update. So, really excited to be filming this right now. I had to take like 2 weeks off from filming content just because I was feeling really exhausted and worn down, and there were just like lots of things happening with work, so took a small break, but I'm back. So without any more chit chat, let's just get right into it. I use 2 different apps to track baby's development. The first one is Flow, and Flow says at 30 weeks, baby is the size of a cabbage. And Ava, which is the other app that I use, says that your baby is the size of a jelly roll. And I just think that the 2 food comparisons on these apps, like, they just crack me up. So I don't even know. Some people maybe have never even seen a jelly roll. I don't even remember the last time I've seen a jelly roll, but that is what we've got cooking in here. Ava says your baby can tell the difference between light and dark, but their vision, which will continue to improve after birth, is only about 2400. Though they're blinking their eyes and are sensitive to light, your baby's vision is not very good. About 2400. Okay, normal vision for an adult is 20/20. Though their vision development has a long way to go, their eyesight will continue to improve after birth. They're surrounded by about 1.5 pints of amniotic fluid. That amount will decrease as they grow. As they develop more body fat, they'll be able to control their own body temperature, which is important after birth. Their hands are fully developed, fingernails are continuing to grow, and they also have a very strong grasp. If they were born now, they'd be able to hold your finger. Oh my gosh, okay. That's so cute. When I think about like little hands being fully developed, like, oh, my heart just melts. Okay, so now getting into some of the symptoms and things that I've been experiencing. I'm gonna start at 28 weeks since I've taken, like I said, a couple weeks off from filming. So the first thing I noted is that sleep is getting harder because baby is moving around or I'm just awake. So I definitely have and am still noticing that right when I go to bed, baby is bopping around like they're kicking me or something. And they do that for a while. So it's not like painful necessarily, but it definitely is enough that there's no way that I'm gonna be sleeping through that. So that's been happening continually for the past like several weeks. Or the other thing that's happening is that I'll wake up in the middle of the night to like go to the bathroom, and I come back to bed and I just can't fall back asleep, even though I'm tired and I feel like I should be able to just fall asleep, but for whatever reason I can't. And I don't know why I continue to just like lay in bed and just toss and turn. Because I keep telling myself when that happens, like I should just get up, come to the living room and read or something for like 20-30 minutes and see if that helps, but I never do it. I keep saying I need to do that, and instead I keep just like tossing and turning for 30 minutes to an hour until I finally fall back asleep. But that's something I've been dealing with kind of on and off throughout pregnancy. Like I'll have a hard time sleeping and then I don't for a while, and then I do and then I don't. But it's definitely becoming more consistent in the 3rd trimester. I also started experiencing occasional heartburn around 28 weeks, particularly at night. I haven't been getting it very often, and it seems like foods that generally like trigger heartburn don't they don't affect me on a regular basis, so I've heard tomatoes or like spicy food or just like acidic food in general can trigger heartburn during pregnancy. And I mean, I eat a lot of spicy food these days, and I more often than not don't get heartburn, but there definitely have been a few times starting around 28 weeks where I did get heartburn. at night. And it definitely got worse when I laid down. And you guys, I have never experienced heartburn in my life ever. So I didn't know that laying down would make it worse, because I feel like a lot of the symptoms that I've experienced throughout pregnancy are actually made better by like resting, sitting, or laying down. So the first time that I got the heartburn, I was like, I'm gonna go lay down. And I went and laid down in bed and I was like, oh no, this is not good. So I haven't gotten it a ton, but I've had it a couple of times since then. Moving on to week 29, feeling lots of movement, and that has continued. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this baby doesn't even sleep a lot. Like, we are feeling movement. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not all day, obviously, but it really does feel like a lot of the day at some point I'll feel quite a bit of movement. And then, like I said, at night as well. Yeah, lots of movement. It's super fun. It definitely, sometimes it's like a little painful, or like the pressure sometimes is a bit uncomfortable, but it's super cool. This is definitely, for me at least, the best part of pregnancy, is just feeling baby move. At 29 weeks, I also finally invested in a birth ball or an exercise ball. I'm pretty sure that they're the same thing, and I'll link the one that I got down below in the description box if you want to check that out. So I figured that it might be time to start, I don't know, using it to sit on sometimes instead of the couch, because I've watched a lot of videos and read a lot of things saying that, especially in the third trimester, you want to like sit leaning forward slightly, or at minimum just sit upright and not like lean back a ton. And that's supposed to help baby get into like an optimal position for labor and delivery. So I figured it would be good for that. So sometimes at night I roll it out here in the living room and I sit on that instead of sitting on the couch. And then I also wanted to start doing like little birth ball exercises, particularly for my hips. I know Bridget, I think it's Taylor or Tyler, I think it's Taylor, Bridget Taylor from Built to Birth. She has like some hip exercises that you can do on the birth ball that are supposed to like help, I think, with hip pain and low back pain. And I think they're also supposed to help like open things up for labor and delivery as well. So that's something else I've been doing. For week 30, I wrote down really tired no matter what, regardless of whether I go to bed on time or late, sleep in, don't sleep in, take a nap, don't take a nap. That's been pretty consistent for the last week or so. Like, I just feel really tired, especially in the morning. Like, it's really hard to get up. I mean, I've been kind of tired throughout this pregnancy, just because a lot of it has been filled with nausea and morning sickness. So I feel like I've been kind of in like preservation mode for a lot of this pregnancy, but I definitely in the second trimester was feeling a little bit more normal and waking up feeling a little bit more normal, but now I'm definitely starting to feel more exhausted on a more regular basis, and like for no real reason. And like I said, I don't feel like anything really helps that much, but that's okay. I have to remind myself like I'm growing a human and carrying quite a bit of extra weight at this point. So I wrote down that my back is killing me, my low back in particular. And I think I've touched on this a couple of times in my earlier updates, that I didn't have any back pain, and I was really hoping that it would stay that way. But I have started experiencing some back pain occasionally. It has gotten better though, because I've found that exercising, walking, yoga, and then the exercises that I've been doing on the birth ball, those all really help. I've also noticed some sharp hip pain, but I really only notice that when I'm like working out and I'm on all fours and doing like donkey kicks or like fire hydrants or something like that. And it's not like crazy painful, but it is relatively sharp, and it almost feels like as if I need to crack my hips. Like if you kind of were to like push your hips and your low back forward, if you've ever done that. I used to do that quite a bit. I don't know if that's good or not, but I used to do that quite a bit, and I would like crack my low back hip area. So it almost feels like I need to do that, but I can't. But on that note, I did actually make an appointment with a prenatal chiropractor, and she's booked until May. So I do have that coming, and I'm hoping that maybe that can help with a little bit of the hip and low back pain that I've started to experience. See, the baby is moving right now. This is what I mean. Hello. Oh, okay. That's cute. Oh, this is a sad one. I have started throwing up again. Not a ton, but I did throw up 2 times this past week. Both times were in the morning, I think. Yeah. Right? You know what? It's actually already getting fuzzy. I know for sure one time was definitely in the morning. Well, either way, I threw up 2 times in this last week, and I'm just like, no. So I'm hoping that was just a fluke. I definitely do notice if I wait too long to eat, that makes me start to feel sick. So I'm really trying to avoid doing that. But yeah, hopefully that does not continue, because I do not want to go back to that. The last 2 things are that I have noticed that it's starting to get harder to get up. You might have noticed that I actually have a pillow behind me, because if I'm sitting on the couch without a pillow behind me, I just like sink back, and then I really have to like, I don't know, like hoist myself up to get up. And same thing getting out of the car. My seats are kind of deep. So yeah, it's just like a little bit harder to get up from a seated position. Not like I can't do it. I can. It's just slightly more taxing. And the last thing is not really a symptom. This actually is something that I've not noticed. And that is this like nesting symptom phase, whatever it is that everyone talks about. I do not feel this like need to nest, nor have I at all. We don't have anything. I don't know if that sounds bad or if that makes me like an irresponsible mom, but all we have for the baby right now is 2 onesies, both of which were used to like reveal that we were having a baby to somebody. So 2 onesies, a spoon that we can't even use. I just saw this like baby spoon at a store, and I had seen it before, and I was just like, oh, let's just get it since it's right there. But I know like we won't even be able to use that for, I don't even know, like 6-ish months. And then I got like a little booger picker. And so, yeah, so that's all we have. My baby shower is next week. So partly that's why I haven't gotten anything, because I kind of want to see like what other people are going to get me before I start buying things. But I haven't really like felt the need either way to start collecting objects. But I did tell Alex, like, probably once we have the baby shower, like we should probably get a bassinet at minimum ASAP, just in case the baby comes early. Because as of right now, like if anything happened and we had the baby, we have nowhere to put it. So, I mean, obviously it's not like bassinets aren't readily available, but still, definitely something to think about. But yeah, I want to know, is that weird? Did anyone else like not feel the need to buy things, or just felt like really, really relaxed? Like, oh, we'll get it when we get it, you know? Let me know in the comments if I'm not alone here. So, okay, with that, I will show you the 30-week belly shot. This is what we look like at 30 weeks. I finally broke down and purchased some maternity clothes from Nordstrom. I really wanted to thrift maternity clothes, but you know, I'm just like not much of a shopper, and I do want to get more into thrifting, but you have to be willing to like look around, and I just like, oh, I have to really be in the mood to do that. So anyway, I just broke down and bought some shorts and 2 dresses, which are so cute. So this is the side. The front, it is definitely, I mean, it's getting pretty big, I feel. And this is the other side. belly button is coming out more and more, and I feel like this area right here is just like kind of sensitive. I don't know, like sometimes when Alex and I are in bed and we're sleeping, if he like lifts his knee up and his knee is like approaching this area, I immediately like swat it away. I don't know why. But yeah, 30 weeks, woo. All right, everyone, that is all that I have for you for this update. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.